Hey, yo, what's the deal? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I'm saying? As of this record, it is 4:06 p.m. You know what I mean? January the 5th, 2020 Quattro. I mean, why the fuck I keep saying Quattro? Cinco, it's 2025. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, I just finished preparing some fish, you know, for tomorrow. Let me just drink some soda. Oh, man, I mean, water. Water is good. Water is very good. It's very fucking good. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, like, you know, usually I will play games around this time, but I haven't even opened that shit up yet since I moved back here in my apartment here in Clinton Hill. Fort Greene, Clinton Hill. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, you know, I do, you know, Sunday's always like my discussion videos and such, you know, because when it's Sunday, I at least like to mellow down. You know, tomorrow's going to be crazy because tomorrow is, you know, Raw on Netflix. And the way how they're going about this show is almost very PLE-like. You know what I mean? Like, I sense that it's going to be a lot of shit. It's going to be a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of stuff going into this show tomorrow night. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be crazy. The Rock is now going to be here. You know, so you got Cena, who, by the way, I definitely will make a video. My thoughts on John Cena. You know, I will definitely make one. If not tonight, because there's plenty of time. You know what I mean? If not tonight, then definitely sometime in the week or next Sunday. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Penta more than likely is going to debut. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, son. And then, you know, I'm expecting a new set. It's basically the beginning of, you know, the real beginning of the Triple H / Endeavor / TKO era. I'm excited for it. I'm very excited. So, speaking of Triple H, right, this video is about why, and again, this is just my opinion, right, why I think pro wrestling heels make the best champions. And, you know, with pro wrestling heels, like there's a lot more excitement with heels than it is with faces. Like, you know, the only time a face is actually good is when that person is chasing the championship. The chase is I noticed that the chase is always better than the achievement. You know, and I'm not disrespecting Cody Rhodes. I'm not dissing Cody Rhodes at all. You know, but I think his value shot up last year when, you know, with everything that had transpired during last WrestleMania. You know, with him, you know, going after the championship, you know, him winning the Royal Rumble, then him giving up the championship, you know, to The Rock, and then the press conference where he said, "Fuck this, I'm coming back in," and now this, you know, all the, you know, the odds were stacked against him. You know what I'm saying? And it made for great, compelling television. It did. It really, really did. I mean, he took an ass whooping and everything, and you know, he overcame the odds, right? But, you know, he's been a boring champion. I'm not gonna lie. With heel champions, you know, there's a lot more excitement with heel champions, in my personal opinion. You know, because they show that they're able to do things to keep whatever, you know, to do whatever they need to do to keep their world championship. You know what I'm saying? This is why Triple H was so dominant when he was world champion back in late 99 and all in the 2000s. He was that fucking good. You know, he was really that good as a heel. He's one of the greatest heels of all time. You know, a lot of people seem to forget that Triple H, his favorite wrestler, if I'm not mistaken, was Harley Race. You know, Harley Race was a great heel during that time, right? So with Harley, you know, he learned everything from Harley. You know, he learned everything he did from Harley Race. And, you know, but going back to heels, you know, heels is always good. They're always going to be the dominating factor. Always. You know, and for heels, you know, it's an easy transition to turn into a face because everyone loves the fucking heel. Everyone loves heels, right? Stone Cold Steve Austin was really a heel. But he had to turn face. But that is a heel gimmick. That's a heel gimmick. And like I said, they make the best champions because they're the ones who build the odds against the face. They're the ones who they're the ones who actually create the step for the ladder for the face to overcome, to win the championship. Right? And so I think that's why do you think Roman Reigns had a great 3-year run with the WWE Championship? Why do you think that? Once he transitioned over as a heel, that was it. That was it. That was fucking it. Heels are the best. Heels are the fucking best. They're the most dominant. And this is why Triple H this is why he's great at what he do, because he books, and I'll say it, Triple H books better heels. He books better heel champions than face champions. Why? Because Triple H has always been a heel for the majority of his career. Almost for the majority of his career. Because his mindset and his psychology has always been, the heel. He's always been the heel and such, right? And so when creating the wrestler that he wants, it's easy for him. It's much easier for him to build, into that bad guy space than it is as a face, period. Right? And this is why I say that they're always the dominant. Think about this. Every time in WrestleMania, right? In WrestleMania, the world champion is always the fucking heel. Going in. The world champion going in is always the heel. Always. Now I'm saying it's always been the fucking heel. And, like I said, with heel champions, they keep the belt a little bit more longer. Why? Because of the unpredictability. You might think, and that's another reason why I think heel champions are the best too. When you might think that, the face is gonna win, they build all these things. They build all these things up for the fans to think that a face is gonna win, and then bam, a heel does something and then fucks everything up. And this is why, and plus you got to think about this too, like what I said earlier, fans cheer the heels, right? They cheer the heels. So it makes perfect sense to keep that wrestler, that champion as a heel. It doesn't matter if it's the woman or if it's a male, heel champions make the best champions. They make the best champions. I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry to fucking say it. Because, if you look at the landscape now, like I said, if you look at the landscape now, heels is always the dominant. They're always the dominant, always. So, and again, who the fuck don't want to see a heel as a champion? Like I said, I love seeing heels as champions. I do. Look at Gunther. Look at Gunther, right? Gunther's a heel, right? And he's been fucking dominant. He's been very dominant. I mean, look what he's done with the Intercontinental Championship. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck make you think he won't do this with the World Heavyweight Championship? Like I said, man, heels are the best. And that's another thing like I love about heels too. Heels make shit continue. You know what I mean? They make shit continue. So, if I have a company, like the first person I'm making champion is a heel. You know what I mean? Because I'm also more comfortable with a heel than I am with a face. With a face, I'm not saying that you can't have faces. I'm not saying that. But I think with heels, it makes too much sense to make them as your inaugural champion. So that eventually, if you want a face to be the champion, it's easy to have it through that heel. You see what I'm saying? And again, the heel is always going to be the one to stack the odds against the face. That's how it's been, and that's how it always will be. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever get it twisted. But I'm about to be out, guys. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will be making a video tonight for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely got another topic today. Sunday is usually a boring day when it comes down to pro wrestling news. There's really nothing going on. There's nothing really going on, in pro wrestling news. I think tomorrow is when we'll really hear stuff, especially coming out of Wrestle Dynasty and Wrestle Kingdom and stuff, because, the show is just fucking abysmal. You know, I mean, I made a video earlier about how I felt about about the pay per view and stuff. I was, you know, AEW basically just ruled the fucking pay per view. You know, they basically that was their pay per view. You know, but I'm about to be out, guys. Peace.